how to hit your driver higher so it goes further through the air and hopefully give you a touch more distance. My name is Sophie Walker. This is the How Did I Do Golf Academy, and this is how to hit your driver higher. But before we get into it, make sure you like, comment and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any of our content. A couple of reasons why you might not be hitting the ball as high as you would like is swing speed. Swing speed will increase that height, okay? So the faster that we swing it, we can get it higher in the air because of that. Another thing is loft. So the loft on this golf club right now, it says 9 degrees. It's written right there. But are you returning that golf club to 9 degrees? The chances are you're not. You're turning 9 degrees maybe into 7. So what I would suggest, if you do struggle with hitting the ball higher in the air, is to get a higher lofted driver to start with, and even a shaft with a higher launch in the shaft. It will actually say that on the golf club. And look at golf balls with a higher launch. So equipment wise, you can do a little bit of homework before you even start to think about changing your golf swing. So we want to hit it higher. So we need to create a little bit more loft on the face and a touch more spin. Spin's going to keep the ball in the air. We look on the television and we see everyone high launch, low spin. That's because they're swinging it at well over 100 miles an hour, like 120 miles an hour. Remember at the beginning of the video, I said that speed is something that can really help with this. Now, if we haven't got that speed, we need to get the extra launch and the extra spin. When you hit tee shots, are they dipping out of the sky? That means you haven't got enough spin on the golf ball. You're almost topping it, okay? So this one here is to demonstrate what the top is and how to fix it. So if you are not generating enough spin topping the golf ball, it's because at point of impact your hands are moving upwards too much here. So you're hitting the top of the golf ball, above that equator, and then it's dipping, okay? So what we need to do is when you're taking practice swings, try and get that club as low to the ground as possible, okay? I'm not asking you to hit the ground, but I'm asking you to brush the ground with that driver. If you were taking practice swings and you are not touching the ground, that means chances are you're not going to get the right point of impact. So that feeling of having those hands get lower this way. A good way of thinking about getting those hands lower is to imagine you're going to hit the tee, not the golf ball. Yeah? So we're looking at this and I'm going to try and hit the tee, not the golf ball. So that club will travel lower and then we'll hit it more in the middle of the golf club. If you top it, you're hitting it out of here. We want to hit it higher up the face. You want to be more to the top side of this face. That is going to generate more spin on your golf ball, and that is going to keep it in the air. So backspin is key when you're topping it, because this would suggest you are putting topspin on the ball. You're not, you're just putting less backspin on. So spin in this case is your friend in order to get that ball in the air. So instead of those hands coming up through the ball, we're going to feel like they're going to stay low through the ball, and we're going to just brush this grass. So before we hit this, that feeling of those hands dropping low under the ball, and then it's that diagonal movement through. So under the ball and up through the golf ball. See that extension that I've got on my arms? Quite like that feeling, okay? When we get it wrong, it all gets crunched up like this. When we get it right, it's nice and shallow through the ball, up and stretch through. Okay, I want you to feel that stretch, stroke, extension through the ball. But first of all, we've got to get those arms low. None of this. Somebody I teach, she says it's like I've got T-Rex arms. She said, I feel like I've got Tyrannosaurus Rex arms. No, we want them long through the ball. Try and get that club head to brush the grass. So here goes. Straight down the middle of that fairway. You're going to feel these arms long and low. So I'm going to try and hit under this ball at the tee and try and get that lovely extension through it. Get rid of those T-Rex arms. felt that really like straight after I've hit it, that extension certainly wasn't bunched up so the club is travelling on top of the golf ball. I felt like it was hitting the tee and then travelling up diagonally through the golf ball. That's got height and it's got spin on it, so that will keep the golf ball in the air. So that first tip was for people that top the golf ball. If you aren't hitting it out the bottom of the club and you're not topping it, but it's still not getting high enough, this could be the reason why. It's all about loft. Are you maintaining that loft through the golf ball, or are you de-lofting it? You've got to feel that you are presenting loft on the golf ball, because at present you could be getting too far in front of the golf ball, so you're covering the golf ball and presenting less loft. Like I've got a 9-degree driver here. Maybe I'm turning that 9-degree driver into a 6-degree driver, so it's coming out low. Okay, it's rolling a long way, but the carry's not there. I want to feel as I'm coming back to the ball that I'm actually seeing some club face. As I look down on it there, if I turn the club face in, all I can see is the crown of the club. Here, I feel like I can see some club face. I'm adding loft to it. You might say, but I don't want to flick it. Yeah, I get that. But at the minute, it's like we're playing hockey or cricket, and we need to flip the switch and feel like you're hitting it more off the back foot with an angle away from the target in order to create that launch upwards. So the philosophy is creating this angle, this launch angle up this way. We'll start at setup, ball position inside the ankle of the front foot, back shoulder drops. We see that torso almost angled away, head behind the ball. That's okay in principle, but we got to return to that. We can't return here. And that's what often happens. Get to the top of the backswing and you think, I'm going to hit this ball as hard as I can. And you actually hit it this way. No loft on it, you're kind of hitting it down into the ground. We need to reverse that and think, I want to try and hit it as high as I can. Yeah, that's the philosophy for now. How high can I hit this with some power? Okay, height and power. So get rid of that. I need to hit this as hard as I can philosophy, because it's kind of like nailing a nail into the wood, and turn it this way and try and launch it like an aeroplane taking off. So that's the characteristics we need to think of. So as we're coming back to the ball, your head is behind the ball. Your right shoulder is lower than your left. You are presenting some loft, and you are certainly not feeling like you are in front of that golf ball and keeping it down. We want to be trying to hit it high in the air. And from there, we drive up, extend through to the target, always trying to keep the loft. When I talk about loft, it's not just doing this. Okay, that's just with the hands. It's the whole body this way, arching back while thrusting up and through the golf ball. So let's give that a go. So the thought is, how high can I hit this ball with some power? It's not just about hitting it as hard as I can. I need to get some angle and some height on it. Keep that loft and keep that body angled, definitely top half away from the target, and then extend up through. That ball's got some height, but it's also got some distance. Keep the loft on that driver. So 2 different ways of why you might not be hitting it as high as you would like. See which one you are, give it a go, and hopefully you'll get some more height and distance in your drives.